other direction.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. He breaks a tackle. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
And we talked to the coaches coming in, right? Like, they knew they were going to see the option. But the speed is so much faster in the game, and the offense does a really good job getting it to the pitch man pretty quickly, making that read and making a play early in this football game.
He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. Got room to work. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds.
This offense is going to challenge the defense with their assignment football in the option game, and they're doing it here early in the 1st quarter. Great job by the quarterback, making all of his reads. Nobody accounting for the pitch guy, so you flip it out to him. And a nice game offensively here. This is something the defense now is going to have to contend with for the rest of the game, trying to stop this option attack.
Alabama quickly back to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week, and you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game. And the offense, they've got it moving now.
Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking... Oh, and now the ball has been knocked free. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense when you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return you do, and a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
Running back searching for a hole. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll go to the ground. Hard running there. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Moore to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Benson. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just
to go up top. Throws to the tight end. On target over the middle. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
So many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
And look, I know they don't have a big explosive play on this drive, but you gotta love the way the quarterback is making good decisions. He's reading coverage. The ball is going where it needs to go, and as a result, this offense is piling up first downs.
Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Benson. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Off the play fake on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. The 40. Pours that shoulder, delivers the blow.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB and tried to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The give to the back. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass, it's Simpson. Makes the grab. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. They're working that left side. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense, too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. period. First down here. Using his legs, it's Whittington. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere.
Lost the fire on second down. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Ducks are on the move. Lost a throw on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Slithers into space. Turning it on. Inside the touchdown time. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Nice job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed and takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fortuitous bounce.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you've got no shot to win this football.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Under fire. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Moore to the air. Punts it out of the air.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
The Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Ducks! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happened.
He's loose. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we could just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
Looking for a man, it's Simpson. Pocket breaking down. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
Just don't feel like the quarterback's in a rhythm so far. He's had accuracy issues. That last throw was underthrown, but we've seen bad decisions. Trying to force the football in places it just shouldn't go, and that's why he's already thrown multiple interceptions.
Looking to throw again. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Can't hook up on the long throw, and fourth down goes by the boards for this offense.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. Fourth down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, man.
They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to fire. Caught close to the marker. It's Johnson. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Leaves it with the running back. Breaks the tackle.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Ducks can really attack on this second and short. Might be calling a hot route. Moore will throw. Looking to the big tight end. Working on the right. Touchdown, Oregon! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
I love this tight end because, man, he's a weapon in the passing game. Big guy, big target, and he has a lot of ability after the catch. You saw it on that touchdown.
And they did tack on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. And the ball is loose on the return. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Motion from the wide receiver. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense has it. They're on the move. Drills him with a stiff arm.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys. The ball's bound to pop out occasionally. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. 1 man in the backfield, and he gets it. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. To the air, it's Simpson. He'll take a deep shot here. Got it inside the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew the this offense was going to try to be aggressive, got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
A first down run in the red zone. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Moore. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Benson. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line. Might be changing the route. Moore to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for me.
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
How about this defense? Great job by the defense, forcing the turnover. We already got a lead. Now you get the ball right back to your offense right before the half. Big-time momentum swing.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's going to fire deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll send the back in motion. Moore will throw. Flips it out in the flat.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Caught near the sticks. It's Whittington. Touchdown Ducks! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Every coach in the country talks about finishing half strong. Man, how about that? You get the touchdown, a chance to tie this game up and take all the momentum into halftime.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Extra point here will tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Williams. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. He's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Get the ball back and put your offense in business.
And what a change in momentum. It looked like the offense was going to score points. Not only does the defense pick it off, but a great individual effort on the return, now setting their team up in field goal range to try and steal 3 points before the end of the half.
Moore to the air. Trying to bull his way in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Just enough time for 1 final play of the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Connor? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And here comes the offense on second down. Moore will throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard.
It's a fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. At the 35, he's loose. It's a seam rock. Touchdown, Bama! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And how about this defense, man? They just keep making plays. Another forced turnover and another touchdown, man. They don't just scoop these fumbles up. They're scooping them up with the intent to score. Their second fumble return for a touchdown today.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. To the air. That's caught. It's Moore. Oh, he's got some space. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw in the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man...
It's picked up, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
We know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. This quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Offense bringing in the big boys. Heavy personnel. Miller with the ball. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. On 4th down, looking to pass. Shoots it to the left. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Moore will throw. Quick strike complete.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Quarterback making adjustments. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Tide crowd, rolling noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Oregon! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down in the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time. and this is going to be a touchdown. That's exactly what happened.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Here comes that Alabama offense. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you can stop, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. The give to the back. Across the 45. Still running at the 40. All out of space. Touchdown, Alabama! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll give it to the back. There he goes. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moore to the air. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away. Wide open, makes the catch. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer.
He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Ducks! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also in the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. They'll leave it with the lone back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
That's That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. Looking to pass. It's Simpson. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those two
going for it all. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Man, find your matchups you want. You got a slot matched up on the DB. I can take advantage of this. He's so quick. Those are where you put your faster twitch guys that can win inside right now, give it to him. Win outside right now, give it to him. Find those matchups.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
Got a good one going here. All tied up in the 3rd. It's 2nd and 10. Moore will throw. He makes the grab. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Can't wait to see how this 4th quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Offense changing the play. They just keep firing. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. And the Ducks are flying down the field. From the gun, the running back has it. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He steps and powers it, works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
How about the decision coming up for this coach? You've got to decide, do I want to kick this field goal, take the lead, take my chances on defense, or do I feel confident I can get this first?
Touchdown, Oregon! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and it's 4th and goal, and it's go time. I got to push people around. Look at the offensive line doing a really good job getting those guys moved back, creating a little hole for the running back, and he does the rest on 4th and goal and gets the touchdown.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Adams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Looking to throw at Simpson. Fires to the middle. And that is his fifth interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Looking for more room. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. This offense has it with really good field position. On the move, it's Whittington. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. Now down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it on the move. Touchdown Ducks! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the two-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Wants to go up top on first down. He's taking the shot. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown Tide. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. He just set sail for the end zone after the pick and turns it into a 2-point return.
Great job on special teams. Getting penetration, getting the block. You've got the convoy. It's a scoop score, 2 points the other way.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Whittington. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback.
It's a running room. Past the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Oregon. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And how nice nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes that Alabama offense. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Sends it downfield. He's got it down the left. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. It's probably pretty comforting for this offensive coordinator to know as soon as the game's kicked off, I can pretty much pencil in a 100-yard receiving day for this dude.
And I want to be the quarterback. I mean, that guy, it's always open, man, zone. I know I'm looking his way because he's going to catch the football. He's going to make big plays for me. So, yeah, I'm not surprised they can continue to highlight this guy in the passing game.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
The throw. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. Just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
Scanning the field, it's Simpson. They've got the 2-point conversion, and now they trail by only 9. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart. How fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and lead the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback may change this route. They'll run play action. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They're trying to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he eluded the defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama!
That is such a great job by the offense, putting together a touchdown drive when they needed it most. Not a lot of time left to go, but if their defense can get them the ball back, they've got an opportunity to kick a field goal and walk out of here with a win.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Now down by 2, inside a minute to go. If they can get this onside kick, maybe they could get into field goal range. Justin, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down. Breaks into the open. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
Moore to the air. Quickly complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Smart move to keep it on the ground. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Making side adjustments here. From the gun on 3rd down. Spits it out to the back. He's got his man. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. And a chance, perhaps, to salt this game away if this offense can pay this off with a late touchdown. Finds his big tight end. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Whittington. Fights off the defender. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. You want to give this guy a chance to get some yards after the catch, but there was nothing there.
Yeah, give the defense credit. You saw their speed rallying to the football in the perimeter.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Makes the grab on the left. And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the
Welcome to the big house, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. To the air, it's Simpson. Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
You usually want to start a game when you come into a hostile environment with a great first drive. Get some momentum, quiet the crowd. Palmer, the exact opposite. On the road, and you make a big mistake early.
Yeah, I love coming into a hostile environment, trying to be aggressive from jump, but that interception was like giving every single fan here in this stadium.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. How about that play by the strong safety? Made sure his responsibility was covered, and then just went and made a play.
Sometimes it's freestyle, right? Sometimes coaches will get a little bit upset, but they don't get near as upset when I get the guy on the ground. They're okay with that, but I'm spinning down. I'm playing close to the line of scrimmage as a strong safety. I see the quarterback. I got to make sure if I do go to him, I better get that sucker, and I better wrap him up, and I better tackle him.
Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling. Sliding for the end zone, and he dropped it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan.
The head coach's heart just skipped a beat. Looks like they were going in for the easy touchdown, but he puts it on the ground. Everything's going bad. But Johnny on the spot. Somebody was paying attention, David, and was able to hop on that ball for a touchdown.
And that's why you always keep competing. Coaches are going to harp on that all the time. Finish the play. You're never out of it. You don't know what's going to happen, and that's a perfect example. Ball gets on the ground. Offensive player now says, oh, crud, I got to jump on. Jumps on the football and gets a touchdown.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Turning it on. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Runs through a tackle. Inside the 30. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something we're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
And the extra point was good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. So here comes the Michigan offense. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's McCulley. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Here's the pressure. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite-level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it in the middle, it's Haynes. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Well, you get the completion, and now it's decision time for the head coach, right? This is a massive one, too. 4th and short on your own end of the field. What do you do?
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Trying to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on. But with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense now.
Got his man quickly. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. The old saying is, you'll never go broke taking a profit. No matter how small, just keep building up the bank account.
Yep, and when the defense wants to drop back and not give up those big plays, a lot of times they're going to force you to be patient, and when you show them you can do that, it'll pay dividends in the long run.
Off play action. Unleashes one deep. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the number one job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, Dave. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Trying play action. On the move, he fires. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off.
Timing has to be so good. You're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field. The ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. That's reeled in. It's Horton. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds. Out of the gun, the inside give. Fighting off the defender. Scoops it up, still a live ball. Kearney on the Jets. Touchdown Tide. He shed tackles right and left and housed it.
You got to be Johnny on the spot sometime. How about that? The guy fumbles the ball, but his teammate was very aware. He was able to scoop it up himself, take it in for a touchdown. Guys, they may want to put that play in their game plan next week.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Simpson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. With the catch, it's McCulley. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver. Just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Buys a little extra time. Got him downfield. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, the quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Off the play fake. He's going for the big play. Catch inside the 25. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Man, you see running backs in college football, these guys are athletes that you want to put in space, do a really good job putting them in space, running the angle, getting them towards the middle of the field, try to get him the football so he can make somebody miss and make a big play, but you got to get the football first. He's got to catch that first before he looks to try to get those yards after the catch.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He got a step and just dusted the field.
The head coach and the offensive coordinator have got a ton of guts to dial up that pass on 4th and short when everyone's expecting it to be a run play. It worked perfectly. How about the speed on the back end, taking the top off the defense, an accurate throw with a lot of pressure by the QB, and they link up for a massive score on 4th down.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squiver inside the 30. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Grabs it in the middle. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He might want another play. Gonna run it. It's Haynes. Oh, he's got some space. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
The play action fake. Here comes the heat. Trying to get rid of it. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards.
Yeah, and they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill, go get the running back, get him on the ground.
4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
The give from the gun. And the stiff arm was strong, but the defense was stronger, and they stop him for a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Unloads it left. Grabbed on the outside, it's Williams. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys on the move. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. He's moving out of the pocket. And here's the third interception of the night. He goes down after the short return, but won a play to get the football back.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice.
Looking deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Got it in the middle. It's Klein. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to throw it. Catch in the middle. It's McCulley. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. And the Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Pressure coming. Now he's going to break the pocket. Creates a little room. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time with my...
There we go. Chopped out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. the ground. It's Haynes. Got enough space, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
That is exactly how you want to end halves. Put a drive together, score the touchdown, a chance to tie this up, and take all the momentum into halftime.
And he tacked on the extra point. They took it 68 yards on that drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Makes him talk to the hand. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. A little screen to the running back. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He wants to go deep. He caught him. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Quarterback sneak wedging himself into the line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Trying to barge their way in. That should be the final play of the first half. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Off the play fake on 1st down, lost the throw. Unloads to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Quarterback making checks. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Catch in the middle, it's McCulley. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice kick.
Breaks into the open. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
first down physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Hansen. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He'll try to do it himself. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Finds his man. It's Morgan. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Bully ball on third and short. And he's still running after the move. Touchdown, Wolverines. And that one will give him the lead. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And he made the extra point without problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Smashes him with the stiff arm. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. He'll get rid of it. Got his man downfield. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
That's a real good-looking throw. And I know at Alabama recently they've had a lot of different quarterbacks, and they've also had a lot of different guys calling plays. But one thing that's never seemed to waver is how explosive the offense has been, and the big reason is because of the efficient play they've had consistently year in, year out at the quarterback position as well. They recruited extremely well. They coach these guys up. And this is a guy who loves football, loves the X's and O's, and you're seeing it translate onto the field right now.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down, still going. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. That took nerves of steel to convert that fourth down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the third quarter to create some momentum. Help them go crazy. Help them go nuts. But the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big fourth down conversion.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. looking for a man. It's Simpson. Working that left side now. He gets it inside the 20 to the 19, but they still have a ways to go, and it'll be fourth down. This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Blue Devils will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Singleton. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. To work up top. Caught over the middle. It's Pena. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Touchdown, Duke. The defense putting points on the board.
Hey, great job by the defense. The ball's thrown. It's completed. swarming to the football, knock it out, and then guess what? Be there to scoop it up, run it back to the end zone. Huge play by this defense.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Wallace. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
To the air, it's Aller. Finds the tight end. Turning it off! He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
They'll run this one off right tackle. Really good pickup on second down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He wants to change this route. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. He's going for it all. And he reels it in inside the 30.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. Makes the grab. It's Ross. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. The Nittany Lions are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to throw again. Caught in the backfield. It's Singleton. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Run in the red zone, it's Allen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
I get it. It wasn't going to be a positive play. You weren't going to get a lot of yards, but I'd love to see you stick it up in there and hit somebody and finish the play with some physicality and at least pick up 1 or 2.
As long as you don't lose the football. It's already a bad play, just don't make things worse.
Coach Rick used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to throw, it's Aller. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed and a missed opportunity.
After the miss on the 47-yard field goal attempt, they'll put it in play from their own 30-yard line. Powers through the defender.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The Blue Devils have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Rides the back on the option to give. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
And you know what? The best third down offenses don't get to third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard. Got a nice gain, popped one, got a 1st down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on 2nd down?
Wants to throw on 1st down. It's in. Completed. He's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he makes the grab along the sidelines, but a little too close to the sidelines. He's out of bounds. It's incomplete, and it's 4th down. And the Blue Devils line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Well, it's a nice positive play on the bootleg going to the right there, and a really good decision that time by the quarterback, too, because he's supposed to throw that down the field, but as soon as he turned around, he saw that there was just open space, green grass. Put your foot in the ground, use your athletic ability, and go get positive yards.
And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the 1st down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to throw. It's Aller. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ross. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ross. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Penn State! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
No, long touchdown passes don't have to come in the shape of go routes and posts. You can throw a slant. If your guy is able to make one dude miss and build up some steam, when you've got speed like that, you can take it to the house, and that's exactly what he did.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Jones. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Looking to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Hey, you know what's really easy? It's easy to say, hey, quarterback, run out there, pitch off of that guy, and now your running back gets to go play one-on-one with somebody else. It's got to all work timing-wise. The defense did a great job flying up, nowhere to go, make the play, make a quick decision, and you get the fumble and recover it in the backfield.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Aller. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Might be calling a hot route. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The kick is on its way. He'll take it on the return. Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put...
Sprinting away! Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. Got room at the 35. There he goes. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Looking downfield, it's Aller. Oh, they're after him. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Back to pass on second down. Here's the heat. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
And that's the problem when you get in second and forever. The defense knows. They make you one-dimensional. They know you're going to take shots down the field. They stay deep. They break on the football, and they take advantage of the opportunity.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Give to the running back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? The Blue Devils want to move quickly. They go to the ground. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide out level noise. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the third play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown, Duke. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Right on the money. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This guy is lightning fast. You see him come out of the break on the slant. QB got into him early. What a weapon.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds his man. It's Pena. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Keeps looking downfield. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Escapes the pressure going right. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Wide open downfield. Bulldozes his way through. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a gap. It's Allen. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Off play action on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Blue Devils come to the line in the hurry up. Leaves it with the back. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on 3rd down. From the gun, the ground game. He gets it to the 34-yard line, but excellent 3rd down defense, and 4th down's coming up. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the 1st. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Quarterback making adjustments. To throw, it's Aller. The short hands, it's Ross. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I think it's really hard as a quarterback to know when to put touch on the ball and when to throw that thing as hard as you possibly can. And right there, I don't think he needed to throw it that hard. I think he could have softened that up a little bit because he had a chance to hit the guy deep for a big play.
Snap from the gun on third down. He tries to take the top off. Makes the catch on the right side. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Rushes on him. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Moore. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Gives it on the option. Shakes off the defender.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On third down, he drops to throw. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got him backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. To the air, it's Allard. Bringing the heat. Got it in the middle, it's Ross. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
The Nittany Lions have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
I don't know, man. on defense here, and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice his safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Grabs behind the line. It's Allen. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
And a really nice job by the defense winning second down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good third down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Under fire. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
All right, interesting decision for you now. How confident are you in your offense? You got a big fourth down. It is early in the game. Do you feel like your guys can go out and generate a touchdown, or do you want to play it safe and kick the field goal?
It'll be fourth and goal, and it'll be a tough one. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass, it's Aller. He wants it all. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Gonna take a shot. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the third quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. But this guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
Man, it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play smart.
Throws to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, to smack.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You know what? Everybody gets energized in the whole football team. When you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles, it's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy as that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
And they'll get him down inside the 5 with this offense powering for the score.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up 1st and goal.
The Nittany Lions are on the move. A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
And the offense can rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the third. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Moore. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. This drive will open from the 15. Wants to go up top on first down. Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
This has been a tight one. Third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. It's a draw. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort, making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And here's the third interception of the night.
And another mistake from this quarterback. That's back-to-back drives now that have resulted in interceptions. He's got to find a way to find something different, get in a better rhythm, start seeing the field better, Palmer, because he's not in a flow right now.
No, David, it looks like he's forcing the football a little bit, maybe trying to make up for that interception he threw on the last drive. But that last play, there was no way that football should have gone there. He could have gotten off of that and checked it down or thrown it away. This quarterback, he needs a breather right now. He's got to collect himself.
Got it in the middle. It's Pena. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Nittany Lions come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. Looking for a man. It's Allen. Caught near the sticks. It's Hudson. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do there.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Didn't get much done on that line. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. second down as we open the final stanza. Running behind that left side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This Nittany Lion defense has just been suffocating. The front seven has been dominant. Guys like Jack Ham would be proud.
Yeah, just big, physical, just owning the guys up front. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Penn State D-line just dominating this football.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one's incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air, it's Aller. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Pulls it in. It's Dinkins. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a two-possession lead.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Blue Devils want to crank the tempo.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Got it behind the line. It's Kane. That's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. And that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Bringing it back. The 10. Touchdown, Blue Devils. How about that D making the play and lighting up the board and swinging some momentum in their favor?
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. The snap sets up to throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Wallace. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game.
There he goes. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
It is hard to continue to get up and get up and get up like he has, being sacked time after time again. But this QB, this offense, they're undeterred. They're continuing to put drives together, and most importantly, they're winning the football game.
Catch in the middle. It's Pena. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. And the Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. Offense changing the play. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Yeah, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Ooh, you're living dangerously now. You've got the lead late in the game. Don't do anything to turn it over, and they almost did throwing it there. If I'm the head coach now, I'm thinking, man, let's just run the ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Allard. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th-quarter play for this defense. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Dude, talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, 1st down.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, you dropped it? And you're going for the big play. Hauls it in on the right. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets it.
Breaks into the open. Oh, better look out. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be.
Touchdown, Duke! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, I tell you what, great job by this offense, great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your 2-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the 4th quarter when you need the 2-point conversion?
Now they'll try to tie it up with the 2 late. gun looking to throw. He makes the grab for the 2, and he ties the game here in the 4th.
Lots of pressure. You have got to love the way your offense handles business. Down on the goal line, 2-point situation. You tie the game if you get it. They do. And now we're going to the wire.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Quarterback may change this route. To the ground with the back. Runs through the tackle. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him. Got 3 on 1st down and 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Fires left. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And I like it. Very smart defense. Understanding the clock. Understanding they're going to try to push the ball down the field. Great job playing deep. Breaking on the football. Making sure that receiver doesn't catch it. Smart IQ defense.
Looking to the big tight end. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. It's the 4th quarter. It's a tie ball game. You need a stop. What an unbelievable job. Forcing the interception, creating offensive opportunity for your offense to go out and win this ball game.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got his man on the right. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. To the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step. Make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the 1st down.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Moore. Turning it on. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
A lot of times late in games, you see this by defenses. They're going to drop back, and they're going to take away all the deep stuff, trying to take away all the passing lanes. Nice job getting to your running back, letting him get positive yards, and then let's get up to the ball quickly.
Quickly out to the tight end. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Buys a little time with his feet. Firing to the right, complete.
And that's perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those 1st downs and just make that clock run.
The Blue Devils can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He's got his man. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
And as time is dwindling away in this one, the offense is set up. First and goal, a great opportunity to get the go-ahead score. They'll try to get it in with the run. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. Sneak it and try to surge forward. He did not make it. A stone wall on third down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. And it is good. Splits the uprights on the chip shot. Well, points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they've got a lot to clean up on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and welcome to college football nowadays, right? This is how it works, a ton of points. Defenses learn as you go, but you got to get better. You got to force some turnovers, create those negative plays. Just can't give up so many points.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.